Welcome! Today's video is a bit of a different one. I really wanted to talk about my hobby, fiber arts, everything plans for the summer. I'm gonna go by category of types of hobby, and if I do end up doing any of these, there will be separate videos in which I will put patterns in the description and stuff like that. But for today, this is kind of just word vomit of anything and everything that my over ambitious mind really just wants to do. And a lot of it I want to do before the second week of August. So I have 2 months. So let's get into it. Starting with crochet, we just put together this chair out front on our porch, and I'm looking at it, it's a rocking chair, and I'm like, you know what? I really want a blanket on here. So I was thinking star blanket. I have a bunch of spare yarn, and I think it would be really cool to just, cook up something in 6 days and boom, there's your blanket. So there's so many different options and color schemes I could do. I've seen some that are in all granny stitch created, but then I've also seen some directly on like that main popular pattern that everyone else has been using. So that is also one idea. Second thing I want to do for crochet, and I have talked about it on this channel before, where I kind of didn't cook my first try, but it's filet crochet. I really want to make a gorgeous little summer top. I've been seeing a lot of, like camisole, like white versions of them. I really just want one because I am going to Portugal starting second week of August, and I just really want something really cute that I could just put as like a bathing suit cover up, and filet crochet is like something that has that pattern, that has that originality, but then it also is a bit like mesh, see-through, is breathable, and then you can like see the swimsuit underneath, and I think it's just so chic. I love it so much. There's also the option of backless filet crochets where they just tie at the neck, and I think that also is a really cool idea. I have also seen these, not filet crochet at all, but these dresses. It is just a tie over the shoulder, and it's kind of like a baby doll mini dress almost, and to me that just screams like vacation. She's going places, like, oh, and I could just wear that with like cute little chic like bathing suit, bra, anything like that, and just like little shorts underneath, my gingham shorts that I made perchance, and I think that that is just so lovely. Going back to the filet crochet, there's also one specific type of filet crochet top that I have seen by Belladonna Crochet, I think, on Instagram, and it's like she uses this sparkly yarn and she does it in like multiple colors and multiple patterns, but I just love the sparkle of it, because then it's like, not only is it like a going out top, but she uses it and crochets it so finely together that it's like the sparkle overwhelms you, so you can't even tell really what's underneath. And I love, 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 love the sparkly tops. And I do have a similar sparkly top like that I thrifted, but it's not crocheted at all. And I just love this idea. The next thing I want to talk about is this crochet halter with a little bit of that mesh flowering underneath. I am just worried about the tie back, because it could get loosened, like the more I wear it, when I block it, stuff like that. So I would have to see what other people have been saying about it, because it looks super cute on the photos, obviously, but I just don't really know the functionality besides the fact that it could just be like a going to a little farmer's market, doing a little this and that, So that's kind of the top ideas for more of like vacationing, Portugal, Another fun crochet idea that I tried last summer, but it did not work out in the slightest, was the drop stitch sort of multicolored mesh jumper by Belina Bellwood. I love the color schemes she uses, and then other people have recreated it in their own color schemes, and I really think that that's just such a nice top, because you can also just wear like a bandeau bra underneath it and just a pair of jeans, and it's boom, there you go, there's your fit. And that, I feel like, I don't know if I would take that with me on vacation, because I feel like it would take up a lot of space in the suitcase. It could be something that I make on the plane, something like that, but I don't know if it's really the right vibe for Portugal. I am kind of more leaning towards the, just, walking around like locally here, just wearing this. And I mentioned I did try it last year. I don't think it worked because I was trying to get rid of yarn, and so I doubled up on some of the yarns, and it just, I have it, hold on. Okay, so as you can see, I got the body part down and I was like, oh, this is really lovely, really cute. And then I was like, you know what? Let's just double ply the sleeve. So basically the sleeve, it's a lovely color scheme. And it was cute at one point. It was here where I doubled up on this pink yarn, and I just think it made it way too thick. It was because I was getting super lazy because it was taking forever, because the pattern she does, it's like many different types of stitches all in different rows, and I accidentally used the absolutely thinnest yarn for the only sort of drop stitches, right? So I might retry it this summer. I don't know if I will. Again, this is just kind of a word vomit of things that I hope to do, if I had all the time in the world and I never had to sleep. But transitioning into the final crochet project that I'm hoping to make, and this one I kind of really, really want to, because it is for someone's birthday. So this is kind of, okay, I'll just show you. I have a gift for someone, and it's this little like Instax Mini 8 camera. I really, really, really want to crochet a matching strap and case for it. I wasn't able to find a really good photo of a case for this type of camera on Pinterest, but it'd be kind of like dainty and like with like simple, But the strap, I really want to use like a good thick yarn, because this is like something that this person can be carrying for, a while, and just, taking photos of everything. And so I think that'd be really cute. Now, switching over to sewing. First project, I have this super lovely, beautiful white midi / maxi skirt, and it has this gorgeous beading. It's by this brand called Bellissima. I don't know if they're still up and running. I have not checked, but I really, really love the fit of this skirt. I think it's really cute, but a while back I did try and tailor it when I was first getting into sewing, and let's just say it did not turn out well. So I really want to take the fabric I have from that skirt, rip it all apart, repurpose it, and turn it into actually a skirt that I will wear. This is another sort of vacation type skirt. I do have lots of options. I can make it with lace. I really like the idea of kind of half and half lace, but I do see that a lot everywhere, and I don't know if that's gonna be something that is like more timeless, because I'm like a super big fan of like timeless garments that I can wear for years to come. I have seen a lot of lovely, lovely, lovely patterns that are free, and if I end up, probably will, doing this pattern, making this skirt, because it's honestly a necessity, because I have one in brown and I really want one in white, because it's just so easy to layer with so many different things, then I will link the pattern in the description of the video in which I make it. Second thing, also a bunch of free patterns for this lovely, lovely, lovely dupe of a Brandy Melville little baby doll top I've been seeing for years on end, and I have never been confident enough to try and take on making it because I haven't really been confident in my sewing skills. But I feel like after the shorts that I made, I feel like I'm ready. I have been seeing lots of different versions with the cute little buttons here and lace along the top. I think it's just so gorgeous. I've also been seeing ones that are kind of just a plain white, but I don't know if that's too, you know, garmenty, like, and not like, oh, sewing garment. I mean like undergarment, medieval, or like, you know, pajama, or, you know, like sickly patient in a hospital, like in the 1500s. I don't know if it's more like that. If I did do it with a white, I feel like it would have to be more of like that lacy knitted little, like really thinly knitted fabric. I do not know what it's called. I'll probably say it somewhere with the words. Another top that I've been wanting to sew, which I do feel like it would be a super simple little top because it's practically just 3 pieces, honestly, layered over little like cami top, almost like a little camisole little thing. I think it could be super gorgeous if I make it long enough to go all the way down to my waistline, and then I can just wear it with some like low-rise jeans. That could be something really cute. Moving on to the next sewing idea is these lovely linen pants. I'm not even joking when I say, like, girl, I'm about to bust. These pants, so amazing and beautiful. I think the ones that I'm specifically referencing are like the lacy, I'll probably write it somewhere, pattern by Sydney Graham. And I love this pattern so much because you can make it in so many different sizes. And I think this photo is an LL Bean catalog, but I still really like it. I love, like, I know it's not an aesthetic, but like the fisherman, Nantucket, Nova Scotia style aesthetic that it gives. I love that you could wear these pants with sneakers, Birks, flip-flops, like rain boots, anything. So I think these pants are like the timeless ones because honestly, you can wear them 3 out of 4 seasons in the year, maybe 4 out of 4 if you put some tights on in the winter. Staying on the topic of pants, hear me out on this next one. We listen, we don't judge. Bloomer style capris. Yes, bloomer style capris. And I'm not talking about, you know, like the hey girl medieval ones, like hello Mr. Darcy, like, and I know that's not medieval era at all, Jane Austen, no, but I'm not talking about like the undergarments, oh so scandalous, no. And I'm also not talking about like the yoga moms or just got these from, you know, the farmer's market down the street. Oh, how much were they? $300. And it's like, mama, you know, like the ones that you always see when you're like on vacation, and then it's like they're like fraying at the seams, and it's like 100% organic cotton, use it for your yoga, and it's like, baby girl, I'm feeling this, it's falling apart in my hands, right? Not talking about those. I'm talking about the lovely, beautiful gals that you could pair with like a camisole. You could pair with, I love camisoles, guys, I love them. I'm talking about the ones that you could pair with ballet flats. You could pair with cowboy boots. You could pair with kitten heels. You could pair with a large oversized sweater. The lovely little dainty little gals that you just see them walk around, you know, downtown Main Street, and you're like, oh, beautiful. Now, before I fall over from excitement talking about those, I have one more pair of pants, and this I'm gonna label knitted section, is these knitted pants. I am scared to try them. This might be an idea for next summer when I will have hopefully gotten a lot better at knitting, because right now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even think I've clocked 10 hours of knitting in my life. But these pants, lordy, are beautiful. You can make them in white, and then they're like a lounge style, lovely little girl. You can also make them like multicolored, striped and beautiful, or you can just, you know, do like a loosey-goosey little patchwork with a little like tie in the front. They could be gorgeous, right? You could also do them crochet, so I could include this in the crochet section as well. But the thing is, with crochet, it can be really, really hard to get the pants right, because if you don't use the right thinness of yarn, could bunch up when you sit and you got a croner, you know? So yeah, but could be really cute when you crochet. Now, moving on. Clay making. Clay making pottery is something I'm like very unfamiliar with, but I really, really, really want to try. The whole reason why I do these hobbies and stuff is honestly to make my life easier, because if I see a top I really like online and I'm like, $80, yet the fabric is $15, girl, I can make it. So that is why I really want to get into pottery and, you know, making things with clay and just baking them in the oven, and then boom, you have something. So I have 3 main project ideas that I really, really, really want to do at least 2 of them. And in reality, I really want to do at least 1. And it is this one, a matcha bowl and whisk holding set. I've been seeing these everywhere. I've been seeing this one girl and she made one that are like jelly cats. I couldn't find the photo, but I really love the little indents of flowers that some of them have on them. I know that you could just use a regular bowl, but I love the ones with just the spout on them, and they just look so gorgeous. Do you think the only thing that I would have issue with is the financial aspect of finding a glaze and, you know, a coating that's food safe, because I don't want any toxicity getting into my matcha, you know? I think this is a lovely project. I think it would be something that is like super easy to start out on, because I'm really just molding the clay into whatever shape I want that's round enough to give the whisk a, you know, smooth whisking surface, right? And then just making a little thing for it to go on. And I do understand that the ones you could get from Amazon are probably like, you know, $20, $40, not even like that expensive. You can get them cheaper if you want, but I just love the idea of, you know, hand making something myself and just like, oh. Anyways, second project, going along still the food line, is these lovely little coffee matcha little cups. I have seen them so many places. I think they're really cute. I'm just worried about how difficult they may be, because I love the little spout and how you can just, you know, just drink them and they have the little hole, but I don't know exactly how you would even go about making that lid part and sealing it properly so that when you go and take a sip, there's not little holes where your coffee or matcha or chai just, you know, spills out onto your lovely outfit. So that is going to be a challenge. Third and final project of clay making pottery is these beautiful flowery jewelry holders. OMG, I think these can be so beautiful. I think a challenge I would have here is the painting, because I'm not the best painter. But I think if done well, they can turn out absolutely gorgeous. I also have seen them as little fruit shapes like pomegranates or little like lemons. I think those are also really, really lovely. And yeah, so we'll have to see. Moving on to the final category of my summer home hobby ideas. Baking! I love baking so much. I think it is like the perfect inducer of stress and also reducer of stress. You know, it's like an in the middle depending on what you make. Now, I have made my fair share of cookies, muffins. We saw the pie I made in the last video. I'm not gonna say I'm a good baker presentation-wise, but taste-wise, I like to be pretty proud of myself. Now, a new baking phase I want to enter is baking bread. I think this could be such a good use of my time, honestly, because number one, I'm making bread from scratch. I can make it as healthy or unhealthy as I want, sweet, savory as I want, and, you know, as plain or as beautiful as I want. And I think this could just be such a lovely hobby to pick up, because I also think it benefits everyone who lives in my house, because number one, there's always that smell of bread in the house, like, lovely, like freshly baked bread, oh, so good. And then also it's just super convenient, because then it's like no more having to buy bread. Like, come on guys, lock in, right? I think I could do sourdough starters, you know, make sourdough, make artesian bread, make, you know, sweet bread. I think it could be such a plethora of breads. Second, loaves. You might be thinking, girl, that's just bread. No, I'm talking lemon lavender loaves. They could be so gorgeous. They're a little like Bridgerton, little aesthetic. Lovely, lovely. And they're also bus AF. Third, scones / biscuits. Munch. I'm also doing all of these baking things because I want to try out recipes for my birthday, which is Bridgerton themed. And that is actually the day before I leave for Portugal. Third, crumbles. I've been seeing crumbles like everywhere. I'm talking about like peach raspberry crumble cobbler, lovely little girl, like lovely Americana type. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love everything about it. I think this could just be so bussy, because then you could also just make so many different versions and it could just be lovely. Speaking of my birthday party now, because I am going back and forth because I'm insane, I am going to attempt this year. This is something, okay, this has all been like, oh, she's very ambitious. Is she even going to do all of this? Maybe not, probably not. But one thing that I am definitely going to do, because it is way too expensive for me to pay someone to do it, I want to make my own birthday cake. I have been seeing these lovely exposed sides, fruit, beautiful cakes, and they are just so gorgeous because they're decorated with natural foliage. They are homemade, and like you can make them with jam and custard, and it's like, I just think they are just the cutest, most beautiful thing in the world, and I can just make them whatever color scheme I want, like with strawberries, raspberries, blueberries. I really just want to make one for my birthday, and I think it would just be the perfect expression of like hard work. All my friends and family get to just, you know, reap the benefits of this cake, and I'm like, yes, awesome, right? Also, speaking of my birthday, and final thing in this category and video is cookies, but actually not Simple Dimple, because I want to start off, you know, more simple and work my way to more difficult. So first type of cookie I really want to make is the strawberry matcha cookies. Like, come on, we've been seeing these everywhere. These have been around. I think these are just, oh, just so lovely. Just so lovely. Just, they speak for themselves, really. Second thing, pressed flour little tart cookies with flavored custard icing on them. These I think would be super beautiful and a great idea to make for my birthday party. And the third and final type of cookie is these lovely little flour cookies. I think I see these and I'm just like, these are raspberry, these are pomegranate, these are bus is the best word I can say for them, because they're like little sugar cookies, but then you can, you know, put this lovely icing on them and then they're flowers and it's gorgeous. Anyways, I hope this video has helped you in some ways, or I hope this video has made you hungry, inspired. This is just me talking about all the things that I find interesting and I find really, you know, I find myself wanting to make and create this summer. So yeah, I will be back next week with another video, hopefully making one of these projects. And please like and subscribe because it helps me and it lets me know that you guys like the videos that I'm posting, and I will see y'all next Sunday. Bye!